Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguy.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. But if you're tired, you know what this video is about. Today we're discussing, of course, some Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. As you guys know, the Steelers, of course, play the Bears this week, and we'll see exactly what the roster is looking like because Rodgers suffered a slight fracture in his wrist, of course, his left wrist, his non-throwing hand. So he's still expecting to play. He's trying to push to play. So we'll see the doctors can find a way to clear him to play. But if he doesn't play, I think Mason Rudolph can still fill in perfectly and still go out there and be good enough for us to go out there and win as well. But Rodgers is trying to get himself ready to play. You know, you want to play the Bears bad because we like 25-5 versus the Bears in his career in the regular season and the playoffs as well. So Rodgers is looking like, hey, let me go out there and tell them why I own them still like that. So we'll see what happens, of course, in that matchup. That matchup right there is interesting because the Bears are sitting at 7-3, the top of the NFC North. We're top of the AFC North at 6-4. I think this game is very winnable for us. Right now, we're underdogs, of course, in the game. Their offense is pretty good, but we've seen moments with Caleb Williams, of course, hold the ball too long, try to go out there and make a lot of things out of nothing. And doing that with TJ Watts and Herb Biggs and Alex Highsmith hunting you down is not going to turn out too well for you. So the Steelers love quarterbacks who like to do that because that usually works in our favor. So we'll see exactly what goes on in that matchup. I'll break that down further as in the game preview later this week. So be on the lookout for that. Probably coming on Friday. It'll probably be live as well. So be on the lookout and join in, of course, for the game preview if you watch it live or you watch it after. I'll see what time I'm available to do it. Probably be later in the day. So don't look out for that. We also see, of course, Jaylen Warren. He said his injury wasn't that bad or severe. He said that he only had like a little tweak a little bit. He said he could have got back in the game, but it was not worth it. You know, Isaiah Gainwell. He said Isaiah Gainwell. Who is Isaiah Gainwell? I don't think there's a real person. Kenneth Gainwell. Kenny G. Kenneth Gainwell. They said he went out there and was playing pretty well, so like it was like kind of pointless to go back in the game, of course, and risk anything. He said they want to have me for the long run. You know, Jaylen Warren playing some good football this year too as well, been a nice player for us. And he probably could definitely rushed over 100 yards in that game against the Bengals. He was running very well in that game, but the injury happened to his ankle. He came out the game, but he said he's good to go this week. Now looking at, of course, Corey Trice, his window is expected to close today, so they don't activate him today, which they probably would not activate him today because I haven't seen anything about it. They usually do everything on Saturday. I think Corey Trice's season is finished, and the way James Pierre played last game as well, you're like, Corey Trice, we want to put him out there. We know the potential he has, of course, his size, of course, being a 6'3" cornerback as well. He's the same height as me, but I'm not skinny like Corey Trice or fast as Corey Trice. But Corey Trice, like, you know, him being the size he is as a cornerback, he's very versatile. He can play in the slot, he can play safety as well, he can play on the outside. But the injuries, you know, and one thing that played his career a little bit. I remember I made the video about him before I got to this channel right here, on my own channel, the Arsenal TV channel. I was talking about Corey Trice being a gym and stuff, and talking about Corey Trice. And we don't have another cornerback who's a secret weapon out there for us and versatile for us. That would be a nice little duo between him and Joey Porter Jr. And the reason he failed in the draft because of the injuries he had. But I think he stayed healthy, be good. He got injured that same offseason, and then he came back a little bit. He had that little shine against the Broncos with the interception, of course, and was playing some good defense. Got injured that season, came back a little bit, wasn't the same, got banged up again. Then this year, banged up again, came out of his 20-day window, and he got injured the next day. So it's just been bad for him like that. Just the injuries piling on to him, of course, over and over. We've seen him, and we've seen the other player we had, of course, on our team as well. The safety that we had, I think it's a DB that we had that had to end his career early from the neck injury, of course, to get a chance to play. So the injuries have been bad like that. So hopefully Corey Trice can one day step out on the field and be healthy enough to play, whether it's for the Steelers or whether for someone else. But I think James Pierre, the way he played last game, he's going to stay in that spot. So I can see them deactivating somebody to bring Corey Trice in. So Corey Trice probably is done, I think, for this year again. So we'll see what goes on. But Asante Samuel Jr., junior, not senior. Senior is already retired. He played for the Eagles and the Patriots, of course. But Asante Samuel Jr., he might play this week, but might not play this week. He's trying to make sure you're 100%. They said last week he made a lot of strides, of course, in practice. I knew he was going to play last week probably. But this week, he might have a chance to play. We'll see exactly what goes on. But most likely he probably won't be playing. Of course, this week it might wait until like the week after. You know, we play against the Bills maybe or something, or maybe against the Ravens or something like that. We'll probably see him go out there and play. But I think Darius Slay is slated, no pun intended, to come back, of course, this week like that. If he's clear like that, they said Coach Thomas is going to be the starter. And Darius Slay has been inconsistent throughout the year. I think he'll be the starter, of course, like because he's a starter guy. They brought him in, of course, to be that guy on the other side of JPJ. But I think James Pierre still gets a lot of snaps, of course. Now, the Steelers not stupid. Darius Slay might start, but that don't mean he's going to be getting all the snaps. We see, of course, Herbig getting a lot of snaps too, even though TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith start. We see Herbig got there a good amount of times as well. Hopefully he got there a lot more too as well. But I think it'll be kind of that situation where we kind of rotate between the two, because James Pierre is good in those press coverage situations and those man-to-man situations. Darius Slay, he still has the arm length, and we playing against the Bears. Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, those guys are some bigger receivers, of course. So he might use their arm length against those guys to play physical. He can still make plays here and there. He's been inconsistent throughout the year, of course, like that. But I think they use him in different spurts, like when they split, but James Pierre getting good amount of the snaps, and then Darius Slay as well. He might be starting, but kind of mixing back and forth. I think that maximized Darius Slay play, because he can't really go out there and be out there the whole entire time, because he don't have it anymore fully to be a full-time type guy for us. So we'll see how things go. The Steelers can find a way to do that. But James Pierre definitely going to get some snaps, a good amount of snaps, of course, after playing the way he played, of course, the last game. And those situations when you need somebody to play press coverage and be physical and man-to-man against somebody, we definitely put him out there, of course, to play for us. And then you look, of course, on the other side, JPJ, of course, he do this thing as well, and we'll see how things kind of go. Jalen Ramsey should be back, of course, as well. The incident that happened, he got ejected from the game. Jamar Chase got suspended, and Coach Talon had the best quote. He was like, "Hey," he said, "I have nothing to say to him. If someone spits in your face," he said, "do what comes naturally." Which, and he did what comes naturally like that. It was like somebody spitting on you. Like, you expect the coach to get mad at the player. I've seen some people saying that they should have suspended Jalen Ramsey and Jamar Chase. So Jalen Ramsey punched him, though. I'm like, maybe you guys are just let people do anything they want to you. I know, of course, you want to be like a professional and people say mature and stuff, but if someone comes to you and spit on you like that, and you just want to sit there and like, I'm just gonna sit there and take it like this. I don't think anybody doing that like that too. Especially, I don't want my players to just be like that. I want to have that fire in like that. Some of these guys are new Steelers fans, maybe a little bit, because the Steelers always been about physicality. Of course, we've seen the days with Joey Porter Jr. Let me say Joey Porter Jr. Joey Porter Sr. and of course James Harrison, all those guys like that. Remember the Denver incident where someone got shot like that, and they made it seem like the Denver guy. They kind of eluded their mind. They made it seem like the Denver guy did it, but the Denver guy didn't do it. And the things that happened, of course, and the Steelers were able to use that as fuel and fire and stuff, and all different things that go down, of course, and being physical. Remember when the Bengals it was rubbing the terrible towel all around and stuff, and still got revenge on them in the playoffs. All the different things, of course. The Steelers always find a way to amp them up. And I think that moment right there with Jalen Ramsey might amp us up. It might amp us up a lot more too as well, like that. Jalen Ramsey come with that energy as well. And the team did play for him after that happened like that. It fired us up even more. And the defense did go out there and do their thing, of course, even more. They was already playing good the entire game, but they played even better, of course, at the end. And I think they're going to carry on, of course, as well, having that spark. Sometimes that spark can help you. I remember my Heat a few years back when Jimmy Butler was trying to fight Coach Spo. That was still crazy. That same year, we went to the championships, went to the finals like that. It was like we was at a point, we was kind of like losing some games, of course, and things wasn't going well. The offense was shaky and stuff, and we seen that incident happen, of course, on the court. And that right there fired us up, and we were able to propel ourselves to get to the finals as well. So sometimes those moments like that can fire you up and make a team get better and better, of course, as well. And the teammates having your back and stuff. I love the way the chemistry has been for the defense and for everybody. So our team gonna be nice. I think our team will be nice going forward. The defense is playing good. And that 2 safety look with Jalen Ramsey playing safety most of the time. I know some people want to see him play cornerback here and there, but I'm like, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep him at safety full time with Cal Duggar. It's been working very well. Then you have JPJ, what he can do in press coverage and play and stuff as well. And then you have James Pierre and Darius Slay rotating on that side, and Asante Samuel comes to play. They've been playing him mostly at outside. Now James Pierre can play in the inside a little bit too as well, like that. But he can play on the outside as well too. So like I feel like they'll probably mix it in a little bit with that. You might have Slay and Samuel on the outside, subbing back in and forward. James Pierre subbing back in and forward from the slot position and mixing it up. Just utilizing everybody like that in different matchups, of course, as well. So we'll see how they kind of figure it out like that. Because our depth at the DB position has gotten a little better because of the injuries that happened, of course, and then of course the players were released, like Juan Thornhill, who's now a Jaguar now. But I think overall, if we can find a way to like manage it perfectly and utilize James Pierre and Darius Slay, if you want to still play him a little bit as well like that, mix it up with those two guys, Echols as well, mix him up. I feel like Echols is better in the slot. When he's playing in the slot and playing nickel, he's better in that way like that. I feel like him on the outside is not that good, but him playing the nickel spot and playing the slot, of course, guarding those guys. I think he does a good job with that. And JPJ, JPJ can do a lot of things. He can play inside, outside, he can do all types of things, of course. And he's going to be on the field most of the time anyway. So I think that right there would be a good little mix-up for the Steelers. We also seen, of course, MVS. Last week, he did not get activated. I'm hoping that this week he gets activated. We know our offense did look a little better with Mason Rudolph out there. We'll see if Rodgers is playing, but whoever is quarterback, it wouldn't hurt to have another weapon out there, another target out there to throw the ball to. MVS, if he does get activated, I think I'm trying to see who they'll move though. It might be Williams, Keyshawn Williams probably. If there was a deactivate somebody, Keyshawn Williams, then you might have to have Calvin Austin do punt returns and stuff like that for you if you want to. If you activate MVS, unless you take Chuck Clark away. But I think you might want to keep, even though Chuck Clark don't play the best defense, I think you want to keep as many pieces as you can in DB spots because a lot of injuries been happening, of course. So we'll see what the Steelers do. But MVS got to be activated this week. You signed him 2 weeks ago. It don't take that long to learn the Steelers offense. The only thing you got to know is run an out route, a corner, or a go ball. That's the only routes we seem to run. It seemed like it. I think it's a quick out route, speed out, a deep corner, go ball. That's all you need to know right there. It's really ain't that much in the Steelers offense. To be like learning like different route combinations and stuff. We don't do any double moves. We don't do anything crazy or fancy. So I feel like, I don't know if they're trying to get him back get him back in shape or something like that. He was trying to do that for the past 2 weeks or something, but they got to activate him this week. We'll see if they activate him. Hopefully they do. But it's basically all the news I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. Let me know down below what you guys think. You think MVS will be activated this week? Asante Samuel, you think he's playing this week, or they might need to wait a little bit till longer? And do you want Aaron Rodgers to play this week, or want him to just rest one game and let Mason Rudolph take over and see how things go? Let me know down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.